All right, Coach. We had the 2-2 tie here against Waterloo. Just your initial thoughts on today's game.
Yeah, really good game. I thought, it was very clean. I know they had the one hit from behind, but, stuff like that happens. But for the most part, I was really appreciative. I thought Waterloo came to play, and they played hard. And they were a pretty good hockey club. So, and then my thoughts on our team, starting back in the goal, I thought both goalies looked sharp. They weren't overly tested, but at the same time, some of the chances they had were pretty difficult ones. Two saves come to mind that Carter McPhail made. One was on the penalty shot. The other one was late in the game. I'm not sure if it was late in the third or if it was an overtime, but he had to go post to post. It must have been overtime because he was back down at this end, and he went post to post from his right to his left, and he great save on it. Showed some really good athleticism. Our D-corps, we played 4 freshman defensemen of the 8, and I thought they acquitted themselves very well. Thought they were solid. The veteran defensemen, I thought they all had a good game. And then up front, all in all, I thought they played very well. It really hurt us and was somewhat disruptive when Tackett went out in the first period, and then all of a sudden we had to shift power play. We had to shift his line, and then we're double shifting people. And but all in all, I come out of it pretty happy. I wish our finishability was a little better because we had certainly numerous opportunities. But at the same token, their goaltenders played exceedingly well.
And could you give an update on Tackett and how he's doing?
Yeah, I have not talked to anybody yet. Other than right at the end of the first when they said he's not coming back. So I've got no updates on that.
Okay, and then the power play today ended up going 0 for 8. What was your opinion on how they played?
I thought it was good. I thought it's kind of a tale of a couple different things on the power play. I thought early on it looked really good. I thought kind of as a team, I thought our entire second period was not as good as our first and third, but I thought the power play wasn't as crisp in the second. We did we gave up the shorthanded goal against. You hate to do that, but we also we scored one right when the guy got out of the box. So, in effect, that was a power play goal. Could it be better? Yes. It looks like to me it needs a little bit of time. Both units are running the same look right now. I'm thinking to myself, whether we change it this week or wait till go to Miami, but I wouldn't mind having a couple different looks because both units, same breakout, both units the same 1-3-1 in zone. You probably need to have 2 different type of looks, especially if you play the same team 2 nights in a row. I don't want to see, they're going to be so used to killing against that look. So it's always better if you can have a couple different looks.
And then Marshall Moy scored that first goal for you guys. And I know you had talked about how you were happy with how he's progressing before the season started. What was your opinions on his play?
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I thought he had a strong game all the way around. Wasn't surprised to see him on the score sheet. I can't remember who made the feed to him. Would have been a left shot. Okay, one of those two, they're both lefties, made a really nice feed, though, in order to set him up, and he did his job by going to the net and finishing it off. And then I thought Willits, it was good to see him. I thought, from an offensive standpoint, blue line in, I thought Jake Willits had a very good game. There's some things with him and Evanow and Fedoruk, as I watch them that in Brendan Rons that they're going to have to improve defensively, but we'll get there. It takes time, and you can kind of see they're kind of used to junior hockey too, where they're a little bit loosey with the puck for me. Where I don't like no look passes and kind of that sort of thing. I'm much more, hey, you got to 5 feet from you, give it to him, put it on his tape, and let's keep working our way up the ice.
Bob, how much emphasis are you putting on today's game and Tuesday as you get ready for Thursday? In terms of starting playing time be determined, lines and things like that. Exactly what are you getting out of these first 2 games?
100% what you said there. We're exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for some chemistry and line combinations, and I wouldn't be surprised if we made some tweaks after tonight's game and then again after Tuesday's. We've got 10 freshmen we're integrating into the lineup, and when you're integrating that many, it's really hard to see where the chemistry is all going to come out to. We also had some players out tonight. Finner was out, Lucas and his brother Max. They'll be returning, and then obviously Nate Callan, our captain, was out tonight too. So all of a sudden we start putting them in, and that's going to require some juggling too. But it's funny, going into the game, I said, it's not the kind of thing where you're really overly worried about winning and losing. You're just more, okay, let's see where we're at. Let's try to get a handle on it. And but lo and behold, game starts and all you want to do is win anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I just want to see us playing hard, developing good habits, and then, as you had mentioned or alluded to, let's look for some chemistry and tweak some lines and some power play combinations, that sort of thing. Seeing some, like if you watched late in the game and late in overtime, we had a number of times 2 defensemen that were freshmen out there. When Nate comes back, and if that happens against Colgate, I don't know if that would be the case. I don't know if that we would do that, but and then also I think over time we'll start putting. Right now we have the 4 freshman defensemen together. We've got the 4 senior defensemen together, and I think over time we'll start breaking guys up a little bit as we see fit.
With having such a young team, who's been like the real step-up leader of all your young? Because you got obviously so many freshmen, but not a lot of upperclassmen. So who's been the real up-and-coming, teaching kids how to do what they got to do?
You know what? It's funny. We do have the 4 senior defensemen, so that's pretty nice, and they're able to really coach up our freshman defensemen. Like by having those 4 guys there's a lot of coaching that can happen player to player. I also think Nate Callan and Dominic Letts are doing a tremendous job at leading this team right now. I'm really happy with where we're going, and I also. You need to have good leaders, but I've always said you have to have good followers too. That means you've got young kids that come in, they want to learn, and they're willing to watch and observe and absorb the culture that we're creating or that we have here, and not to try to put their imprint on it yet. They're going to watch, they're going to learn, they're going to do what they're asked. So far, all 10 have been gems to be with, and so I'm excited. I really like this team in terms of they're a great group to work with.
Coach, with so many freshmen, I gotta imagine you believe the future is going to be pretty bright in about probably 2 years.
Yeah, I think so. I do. It'll probably 2 years. You're right on, because in some respects, because we're going to lose 4 more defensemen after this year. That means 4 more freshmen. So next year we'll have 9 freshmen and sophomores on D. So that's a pretty young D core. But nevertheless, I think the future could be bright this year. I'm not saying we're today that we're going to challenge for the league title in the regular season, but I would like to see us build towards having a really strong run, a really good a team that continues to get better throughout the season, and hopefully a nice playoff run too.